still stands. But this afternoon they admitted they don't have permission from their government, who've banned all English clubs. Kent Police have now asked the British and Belgian governments to grant special dispensation. A short while ago, Ray Rogers spoke by phone to the senior Belgian police officer arranging the visit, who said there were political problems.
It's only 1 week after the events of the Heysel Stadium, and I don't know what the authorities will do.
But as far as you, the police, are concerned, you're quite happy for this team to come to Belgium.
They can come, there's no problem.
But
It's only they asked me to have a written authorization.
And you're now trying to get that from the Belgian government?
I can't give that authorization.
Quite. Now, you're trying to get that from the Belgian government, are you?
I'm trying to get that, yes.
And you are not confident, though, that you'll get it by Friday?
Please?
You are confident you'll get it by Friday?
Yeah, I'm doing it by telex. So everything is going by telex.
Good. And when do you think the telex will arrive in this country telling the team they can come ahead?
At least tomorrow.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Soccer team told you can't play in Belgium, but they still go as spectators. Good evening. A Kent Police football team have been banned by the Belgian government from playing in a tournament in Brussels this weekend. But members of the team from the Medway towns will still attend the five-a-side tournament organised by the Belgian police as spectators. The team were due to play near the Heysel Stadium, where 38 fans died in the riot which was started by Liverpool supporters. But the Belgian government, who've banned all English clubs, refused to grant special dispensation for the visit. The Kent team learned of the decision this morning, but individual officers have gone ahead anyway as a gesture of goodwill to their Belgian colleagues. Well, their divisional commander here is Chief Superintendent Alan Borley, I should say. What's your immediate reaction? Was the ban nonsense, or was it right to have a ban like this?
No, we've always fully understood the feelings of the Belgian authorities in this particular field, and we've always supported it. But we had this invitation before this tragedy at Heysel, and we've always said that if they weren't prepared to grant that dispensation in the light of the ban on all clubs from this country, we fully understood it and we fully supported it.
What will your men encounter this weekend, though? There is so much talk of ill feeling towards English people on the continent. Of course, people life difficult.
I'm sure they won't, because in fact, in the telex that we had today from the Gendarmerie Nationale, they did emphasise that you are very welcome. Even though they knew we couldn't play football, and we're not going to play football, there's no question of our officers participating either as players or as officials. Although they're not going to play football, they're still very welcome to go as spectators. Remember, we did go last year, and we were very successful. We brought a trophy back last year.
But briefly, looking back on it, if you'd known of the situation, would you have preferred not to have gone at all?
Well, we couldn't know of the situation, of course, because we were invited before the tragedy. So we were merely going to do something we'd done previously. But we had hoped that we would be allowed to go to participate with the other 8 clubs from 5 different nations. And it would have been super to have gone. But we do support this 100%. We realise, in fact, that this means a 100% ban. It's not a ban on us, let me emphasise. All the Belgian officials are saying is, I'm sorry, we're not prepared to allow you to be an exception in this case.
Right, there we are. OK, thank you very much. Kicking a ball in Belgium, family of a
soccer team banned from playing in a weekend tournament in Belgium are back home with an armful of trophies, even though they never kicked a ball. The five-a-side squad from Medway had to watch the tournament from the sidelines, but were given the trophies as a goodwill gesture. Meanwhile, the Belgian government ban imposed after the European Cup tragedy has been under fire in their own country. The mayor of Zaventem, near Brussels, the town which hosted the tournament, has complained to the Belgian Senate. Francis Zermaren says the ban on British teams shouldn't apply to friendly matches like the police tournament. Ray Rogers reports.
The team arrived back at Rochester Police Station today, leg muscles untaxed but throat muscles strained. They did manage a singing contest with their hosts and they were declared winners. While they didn't actually play football, they came away with a sportsmanship trophy usually reserved for runners-up. And they brought home the Champions Cup, presented to them by Eindhoven, the actual winners. Inspector Dave Cox organised the trip to Belgium. You must have felt a little bit like Cinderella's watching everyone else play.
We did at first. The team found it rather hard. They watched, and one could see from their faces that they were wishing that they were on the pitch themselves.
What was the attitude towards you from all the other police forces?
It was absolutely marvellous. The hospitality was absolutely incredible.
Do you think you'd have won if you had have played?
I think we would.
I understand you did it. You also won at the singing. Can you recount any of the songs you sang?
The singing competition is a somewhat informal competition. It's a byproduct of the party that they give us on Saturday evening. The winners are generally judged to be those that sing loudest, and I think we managed that quite well.
Captain Temples, the man that organised this, gave you some sort of a citation. I think you've got a copy of it there with you, haven't you?
Yes, he made a speech. Their gesture proves that a championship like this is not only important for the sport itself, but also for the human and professional relations which are made during this weekend.